Good morning, Liz. Good morning, everybody. We're back with another mind probe here today. How you doing today, Liz?
Oh, great. Thank you, especially after that last video that we just did. It
Yeah,
just
that
blew
one was
my
pretty
mind.
crazy. That one was pretty crazy. So we're going to look at a suspicious event that happened about a year ago, and it involves this man named Nikolaj Mushegian, and he was the co-founder of MakerDAO, which is a very, very, very popular crypto project. And he was very influential in crypto in itself because he created some technologies that pretty much, allow for everything to go on with smart contracts today. So he was a big name. And he supposedly expired himself without using the word that might get us banned. I think it was October. Yeah, he was found dead in Puerto Rico on October 28th, 2022, after posting some very weird tweets. You can see that on the screen here. He was claiming that intelligence agencies were running some kind of pedophile ring in Puerto Rico, and they were doing blackmail on people, kind of like a la Jeffrey Epstein. And he was saying that they're going to frame him and, torture him to death. And he also had another one saying that if he winds up dead, that, know that it's not him that expired himself. It was someone else doing that to him. So let's grab Nikolai. And this is a picture of him here. Do you have him with us in spirit?
I do.
Okay. And can you ask him, was this, did he expire himself, or was there foul play involved?
No, there was no foul play. He had
Okay.
planned to do this.
Really? So the tweets that he had sent up, those were kind of planted to make it look like there was some other reason for his death.
He wanted to frame his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, wow. That's a twist. Okay. He wanted to frame his ex-girlfriend. Well, how would he plan on doing that? I mean, the tweets did mention his ex-girlfriend actually, but it says that they are going to frame me with a laptop planted by my ex-girlfriend. Oh, who was a spy? Okay, I see where he's going with this. So
He wanted everybody to think that she was behind his death.
Wow. So I guess there was some really bad blood there in that relationship then to be able to, I mean, he went to the ultimate end to try and make her look bad, if you will.
He did. He hates her. I'm saying, what happened between you and the ex-girlfriend? She broke his heart. How did she break your heart? She cheated. So he just couldn't handle it. He was pretty much one of those guys that lived in isolation most of his life. He feels like she was using him for money. I feel like he had quite a lot of money, but he didn't care about the money. Like, money was nothing to him. And this girl basically was a con artist, and this girl, according to his personal thoughts, feelings, and opinion, she used and abused him. She never intended to like marry him or be with him or have a family. She was just using him for the money, and she had all these different like affairs, and she had someone else.
Wow. Okay. So
And for somebody who lived a life of isolation, never really dated, never really got into these types of relationships, this was too much for him, right?
Right.
Almost like a first love, the first love is always the worst, right? Because it just, it scars you so bad. And was she your first love? Yes, I do feel like she was the first love. I knew that because it's just, the first love is just so hard. Well, most people go through these first breakups in their teenage years. They're very young, and then by the time they hit his age, they've had many failed relationships. So this was just too much for him.
Yeah, that's very sad. Okay, so that to be clear, there was no conspiracy of some sort of blackmail ring going on in Puerto Rico where he was. Can we confirm that?
Conspiracy or blackmailing? No, no, there wasn't. There wasn't.
Okay. All right. Well,
Just, the whole thing sent him into a psychotic episode,
right.
which he
Okay.
was prone to. He was prone to these.
Hmm. All right. Well, I guess there's no real mystery behind this one, but we have to uncover every rock on some of these things to see, where the true mysteries are and where the ones that may not be what we think they are, right? So I think this can be a short one. What do you think, Liz? Since
Yeah, I think
we've had,
so. That's a wrap.
all right. Okay.
Interesting though, because I got that question a lot. Why are all these crypto billionaires and millionaires, why are they all just suddenly dropping dead? So
Right.
that was something that I was getting a lot at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there maybe are some. I mean, there are some definitely that have foul play involved. I mean, I know a few that probably do that are more obvious, but yeah, I mean, anytime there's money involved, I mean, these people have made massive amounts of money, so there's always a motive there, right? But in
And
this,
they made money very quickly. And
yeah,
this is the thing. People that grow up with money, they know how to, most of the time, they know how to protect themselves from, it's sort of like they're growing up in family circles and, their old money or certainly new generational wealth. But it's sort of passed along. They've had the experience or they're taught by, their parents or grandparents or whoever, other family members, what to expect when you have this level of money, how to protect it. Managing money is a business and it all on its own. And when you have a large amount of money, you automatically expect for people to, try and scam you out of it, or they just want to know you because of the money, or they're wanting to marry you because of the money. It's, one of the oldest tricks in the book.
right,
And when you have these crypto guys, these kids that have sat in bedrooms, excuse me, running technology and learning this, and suddenly they wake up overnight, their coin hit, and they're a multimillionaire, they don't know how to handle money, right? So you get all these predators coming in, people that know how to manipulate and know how to say all the right things, form relationships, to get their hands on your money. They do. And so that, I think that has a big, that's a big part of it in the crypto space, where you have people that have come from absolutely nothing and suddenly they're multimillionaires overnight. I mean, look at Elon Musk, right? I know he's not really, he didn't make his wealth through crypto, but he didn't grow up poor, right? He grew up in a very wealthy family. And learning to handle money is a process, and it's filled with all sorts of pitfalls and hangers on and people that are trying to come in and weave their way into your life to get a piece of the pie. And you have to know how to deal with that. And I think the fact that this kid, he had, really no socialization, no real outside contact with a lot of people. Suddenly he becomes very wealthy. Now he's a co-founder of MakerDAO, which I'd actually heard of, by the way. And, on top of that, he's making more money, he's making more money and more. And you don't know how to handle it. You're not mature enough to handle it. You're not surrounded by the right people. It becomes a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably, it's all in the soul contract, right? So all these things that we attract. So sadly, this one ended in this way.
It is. And this goes for our crypto crowd that are listening. We're Mr. Photon's putting out, lots of information here. Some of these people, you're going to get some hits off the information. And before, you even get a hit or a good coin or whatever it is, you better learn how to surround yourself with a good group of people to manage that money. Okay? Because if you just become an instant millionaire, that's why people who win the lottery, they don't know how to handle it. They really don't. They're broke in a year or two. They've given all their money away. They have no idea how to manage it. They employ the wrong people. You need to do your research on the front end so that if it does happen, because we are going to go into a bull market, you are going to make some money, right? If it does happen, you are fully prepared to handle that amount of money. Seriously. I mean, you could end up with just putting in a few dollars and end up with a few million. And you've got to be able to handle that. And I have heard the horror stories. There was a whole group of people, excuse me, kids, college kids. I'm sure I've told it before, that put very small amounts on Shiba Inu. And what happened? They were all in college and they ended up hitting the big time. Now, when they bought Shiba Inu, it was like nothing. It had only just came out. Then Shiba Inu starts pumping, right? Everybody's jumping in on the bandwagon. They make millions of dollars. They decide they're going to go live a very swanky, swish life in Austin, Texas. They go to this new apartment building. The rent is $5,000 a night. The rent is $5,000 a month. Then they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on furniture. They all had their own apartments. They had cars. They had everything. And that lasted about 6 months because they were having parties. I mean, and in their own words, we let the hoochie mamas in. They had hoochie mamas. That's what they called them, right? They said we had the hoochie mamas in. They were after our money. We're buying the champagne. We're doing this. We're doing that. Do you know what? All of those kids, God love them. They were so nice. And if you're listening, I love you. You know I do. But I'm just using your story as an example. All of those kids went home with their tail between the legs. Their parents had to put gas in their car or buy their plane tickets. That's what I'm saying. And the same thing happened to this guy. He did not know how to handle money. And it just sent him down this psychotic, breakdown. And that's what happens. So I would be interested to know if we did probe at some point a load of these crypto people that mysteriously died or whatever happened, to see how many of them actually chose to exit because of the situation, simply that they couldn't handle the amount of money that they were, making.
Yeah.
Just a tidbit out there. I like to educate people. I don't want anything happening to our people, right? So get educated. Find yourself a tax attorney already on the front end. Find yourself somebody who can manage your money. Start researching reputable brokers and things like that. And that way you're fully prepared. And I personally think the best way to handle money is you don't tell anybody you have any.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a good idea. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll stop this one here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.